Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today we just moved our sheep flock onto another paddock here. This is winter stockpile. Just got some snow on it. You can tell where the sheep were at. They were over there. There is no snow. The sheep will take the snow off faster than any animal that I know of because they dig. They dig through the snow and remove it, and then they eat. And anyway, I just wanted to kind of give a highlight on our newest addition here to our farm. Ben and Isaac and I built this, and this is basically a 12-foot long dog feeder where we've got two 70-pound feeders in the middle, back to back, bungeed onto a fiberglass rod. And then for the base, those are 2x10 cedar that we've milled off of our farm. The whole thing's made out of cedar except for the runners. Those runners are treated. It's off of a utility cross arms. The utility company took down these cross arms, and those are really heavy duty beams. They're 3x6s. Man, they are stout, and they're treated so they're not going to rot. And we put an eye bolt on each end, and right now we've got the chain over here, but we've got it where we can pull it from either direction. That's got a 45 degree on those runners. You can't see it because it's buried in the snow and the forage. We've got a brick on here. These dogs we just got, they're not trained to eating out of gravity flow with a magnet, and so we found out we have a lot better luck keeping a brick in there for a week or two until they just know the feed's there. And then they don't mind taking their nose and pushing that. See, there's a flap right there. And we keep a bungee on the top of this to keep the wind from blowing open the top of our feeder. If it does that and it rains, you just ruined a whole bunch of dog feed. Just ruined it. Once it gets wet, don't make your dogs eat wet dog feed. Get it out of there. That's a pretty dog. Yeah. Hey, Sheila, your pups are right down the hill from us. You stay down, Fuzz Top. See that dog there? He's eating now. And before, that's a dog that was a little bit skeptical. Wasn't sure what that flapper thing was. We've got 7, 6, that's 14, or 13. Plus 5 older dogs. That's 18. There's 18 dogs in here. And then Sheila's puppies down at the bottom of the hill in another pen. And there's another 8. Yeah, we're gonna have a few pups. And then the stump puppies, the female that had them underneath the stump, we've got those at the house. They're the youngest bunch, and they're all doing 100. They're just really growing gangbusters, and so far, we've had pretty good luck. I mean, the pups at this age, they fight a lot. They just got established dominance. So far, they're really not bothering the sheep. We just got to keep a real close eye on them. I saw a ram a while ago when these dogs went up and was going to be playful with him, and he just knocked the stuffing out of that dog. Turned around and just rolled him. And the dog went, "Arr, arr, arr, arr," and laid there on the ground. And that's what we want. You want those dogs to have, a little bit of fear of the sheep, enough that, not so much fear, but respect. I don't want them really scared of the sheep. I just don't want them running them. And when you got this many dogs, it's really a concern for me. So we just got to keep a really close eye on them and reprimand them when they need reprimanding. And, make sure they don't go hungry. A dog that's hungry is a dog that turns into a predator sometimes. They might get hungry and go out and, take down a sheep or something. So you don't want to do that. They're learning. We just put this feeder out. It's 12 feet long by 4 foot 6 inches wide. And those are pig panels. And we're going to come back and do a little bit more work on this. It's a little bit hard to stand here and pour feed. Ben doesn't have any trouble because he's 6'7", but Isaac and I are a little shorter. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take and cut from, let's see, right here down to here, all the way across over to this pole and then back up. And that's gonna knock out 6 inches of height. And then we're gonna take a polyethylene pipe, split it in two and put it right here, all the way down so you don't rip your britches or the bag of dog feed when you're trying to get in there to fill those feeders. But we put 2x2s down on the base down there. Those are screwed to the floor because we're gonna be pulling this thing up and down hills, around corners, down through the woods, bumping up against stumps and different things, and we don't want those dog feeders coming off. And so they are bungeed onto this fiberglass rod, which is fastened onto the feeder. You can see what we did there. These are 2 bungees. Each one of those is 24 inches long, and they're just fastened together. I mean, those feeders, it's like they're bolted to there. They're solid. I like that. I like solid feeders because you're going across your pasture, bumping along, you're going to need some strength. And then the 2 bungees on top, of course, keeping the roof down, they also have downward pressure, keeping those feeders from hopping up out of their little foundation down there. So we haven't moved it yet with the feeders on it. We pulled it in here this morning. We had to use the stock trailer to get it over here. We built this at the house. It's 12 feet long, 4'3". Call it the Ark. It kind of looks like a little Ark. But our four-wheeler has no problem pulling it. It's actually quite, it's built like a sleigh. Especially on snow, it just slides really easy. 2 people can pull it. You wouldn't want to pull it very far. But we're always, you know, we've got the four-wheeler. We're bringing dog feed out here, mineral and such. And so it's just one of those things. You hook onto it and pull. I'm thinking about putting another chain so I don't have to take that one off. And when you go to move it, you just take that chain and loop it up over the top of that wire. The benefit of having a chain on each end, let's just say you get up in some wood somewhere or up against some trees and you want to pull that thing up there. Well, then how do you get it out of there? Well, if you had chains on this end, you could just come back to this end, hook on, and pull it out of there. Because, like I said, each side has the, right there, there's a 45 cut down there. Well, you can kind of see it a little bit. There's a 45 cut on all those corners to keep it from catching. Then the rest of that's all 2x6 cedar that we milled. And it's rot proof. You know, bugs won't eat it. It's nice to work with. I love cedar. And we've got a bunch more of it that we need to mill up. And Jan and her friend Brenda, they want to make some more birdhouses. So we got to get with it. We want to get some more lumber sawed up here. It's a good time in the winter time to do that. When we get that thing fired up, I'll probably be making a video. It is a really nice mill. We've got a Wood-Mizer LT40 hydraulic mill, and it just, you can keep 2 people humping just about as fast as you can bring logs and lumber off of it. It really gets with it. It's got the 35 horse diesel engine on it, so it's got a lot of torque. But anyway, I just wanted to show you our new feeder, and we're really happy with the way it turned out. We put gussets in the corners. It's built fairly stout, and we just took fence staples, you can see there, and stapled it about every 16 inches all the way around the base. And then this opening right here in the front, right there where my stick is, from there up to there, that right there, that's 10 inches. You don't want to get it much higher than that, or you're going to find a sheep in there. One of our advantages, folks, of not having sheep go in there is this board right here on the front. Okay, this distance from here to right here is about 18 inches. A sheep, hey, let loose of my stick, fuzz top, you silly guy. The sheep got to get down on their chest and push through with their front, and their back legs pushing them. Well, with this board right here, their back feet are clear back here. They can't get their belly down low enough to get underneath there. Now, if this board wasn't there, you might find a sheep in there. And I can tell you this from experience, not my own, but I've been on farms where people let their sheep get a taste of dog food. You might as well just giving them sweet feed or the best grain in the world, because man, you could, hey, get down. The sheep got a taste of that dog feed, and the guard dogs were starving. They never got anything to eat. Hey, now, you be nice. You be nice. You're a good girl, but she's like, I think I want a whip fuzz top. When you get that many young dogs, you're going to have some of that. But we're so fortunate, folks. It's a beautiful day here. It's January 18th, and we've just had a few little snows. We did have that major ice storm, but it's been a really good winter here in central Missouri. And we just feel blessed to be able to live this life, be around our animals, our dogs, sheep, cattle, and just, you know, be outside and not being cooped up in a building staring at a computer to monitor. I did that a little bit, and I just couldn't do it. This is life right here. And you need to think about your priorities, what your passion is in life, and go do it. Don't wait, because you don't know. You just don't know. So anyway, I'm going to sign off of here, and everyone have a great day. And we're going to see y'all down the road. Hit that subscribe button on the way out, if you would. And that like, I'd appreciate it. And we're gonna go have some lunch.